Hi, Raman. This is Jarvis, your agent. How can I help?
Hey Jarvis, can you help me send an email to Josh? His email address is dragonfire341@gmail.com.
Sure. What would you like the subject of the email to be?
It is follow-up from the previous meeting.
Got it. What would you like the email to say?
Sure, so say, hi Josh, I wanted to follow up from our previous meeting. Have you had a chance to have a look at the demo that I sent you? And are you free sometime next week around Wednesday, Thursday to meet and discuss next steps?
Thanks for the message. Just to confirm, should I include both parts together in the email content?
Yeah, that's right.
Sending your follow-up email to Josh. Your email to Josh has been sent. Is there anything else you'd like help with?
No, that's it. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Raman and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to start building out a G Suite agent. We're going to start very simple. This one's just going to be able to send emails on our behalf. But what I want to do is I want to create multiple parts to this where we build on additional elements to it and have it do additional things. By the way, let me know down in the comments what you want it to do. So let's get started. So we're going to be using Retell AI to build the actual voice AI portion of it. So I'm in Retell AI here right now. By the way, links to all the softwares that I'm using are in the description. I'll also leave links down to the templates so that you can download them once we're done with the build. So let's get going. We're in Retell AI. Let's hit create an agent. We'll do a single prompt agent. Start from blank. Now I've got a prompt ready here, and you can ask ChatGPT to write one of these for you. Just go into, I like GPT 4.5 for this. It's really good at writing. Basically just ask it to whip up a prompt for you for Retell AI for a voice agent. Or you can just copy mine. Essentially, I'm going to call this agent Jarvis, just for the fun of it, because I think that'll be pretty cool if we can build something like that. So we're just telling it how to behave. We're telling it what it can and can't do. Essentially, right now it can just send emails, and it's going to ask for the subject of the email, the recipient, who to send it to, in other words, the content. Once we have all that information, it's going to use the send email function, which we'll set up shortly, to send that email. And over here, we just have some other guidelines on how it should behave. Oh, I see we have some time zone settings here. Well, this will be important later on. We don't need it for this, but when we add things like booking meetings, we're going to need the time zone. So we'll leave it in there for now. So I'm going to go up here to functions and click add. We're going to select custom function. All right, so we're going to be defining the function here. I'm going to give it a name, and that name is going to be send_email. The description will just say, use this function to send an email on the user's behalf, if I can spell today. All right, so we're going to need some additional information here, which we'll get from the automation platform we're going to be using, which is called Latenode. It is my preferred automation platform because it is cheaper than Zapier and Make, and it is also developer friendly. That's not to say that you have to be a developer to use it. It's very similar to Make. We're here in Latenode right now. By the way, if you guys are interested in trying this out, there is a link in the description. If you do use it, I will get a small commission. It does support the channel. If not, just go to latenode.com and then you can sign up there. They do have a free 2-week trial with no credit card, so give it a go. So here we are in Latenode. We're going to start off with a webhook. So we'll go trigger on webhook. So we're going to need this URL, so I'm going to go ahead and copy it. By the way, you'll notice there's a development URL and a production URL. The development URL, we can only use that if we click this run once button. Then it'll give us, I believe, a 30-second window to send a request to this. Then when the data hits here, we can test things with it. Meanwhile, production URL, that you use after you deploy it. So I'm going to copy the development URL, and I'm going to paste it in here. Then we need a JSON schema here for our function. So before we do that, let's find out what we need to give Latenode to send an email for us. So I'm going to click this little plus button to add another node. And I'm going to look for Gmail. And here under Gmail, we want the send email node. So we're going to have to add an authorization, meaning allow Latenode to access our Gmail account to perform these actions for us. So I'm going to click create authorization, new authorization. We're going to use this Gmail OAuth 2. So it's going to ask for access to our account. And I'm going to click continue. and it's asking for some permissions. I think I might have already given these on a previous video. So whatever it asks you for, just click accept. So here it's asking us who we want to send it to, who we want to CC, who we want to BCC. So let's click this plus here, and this says enter a single recipient's email or multiple emails as items in an array. So I'm assuming this is just going to be a comma separated list. From name, specify the name that will be displayed in the from section of the email and the reply to. All right, then we have the subject and the body of the email. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff that we can set up here, but for now I think we're just going to use subject, body. I'm going to say from name Rahman Zahrayu, and reply to will just be my email address. Okay, and two, we're going to get from Retell AI, subject and email body. This body type we're going to set to HTML. All right. Oh, it wants me to fill these in before I can save it. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Test@test.com. Just so I can save this node. I am going to go ahead and map this stuff here shortly. What I do want to do is actually disconnect these. Unlink. Okay, so let's set up this function quickly in Retell AI. All right, so we're back in Retell AI and we need to enter this JSON schema. So I have set one up here. I'm going to run you through it quickly. So we have the type of this whole thing is an object. This is pretty standard for Retell AI. The properties is where we define what we want the agent to capture and to send as part of this request. We've got the content. And if you look at the prompt here, we're saying confirm the subject, recipients, and content, right? So here we want the content. What is the content? Well, firstly, what's the type? It's just a string, meaning a bunch of characters, not a number or anything like that. The description is the content of the email, and we're telling it you can use HTML tags to format this email, because if you remember in Latenode, over here, we set up the body type as HTML. This means we can bold the text, we can add all sorts of formatting to how the email looks. All right, we have the subject here, which is the subject of the email. Then we have the recipients, which is an array, which is just a list of items. And we're telling it it's an array of email addresses to whom the email will be sent. And then all three of these are required to use this function, meaning it cannot execute send email unless it's gotten all three of these from the user. So I'm going to hit this format JSON button. If I don't, sometimes it gives me an error on saving. I am going to click this speak during execution, which means if it takes more than 2 seconds to actually perform the action, it's going to say something to the user. And we're going to say still sending that email, something like that. All right, I think that's good. We'll hit save. Okay, there's a few other things I want to change in here. One is under speech settings, this interrupt sensitivity. If I don't bump this all the way to 1, it keeps interrupting me. I don't know how to speak to this thing. Then the other thing that I want to switch on here is speech normalization. So it converts text elements like numbers, currency, and dates into human-like spoken forms. We're going to switch that on. And I think that's it for the settings here. What I do want to do is under models here, I've been using this 4.1 mini model. It's actually been really good. For voice, I'm just gonna pick someone random. Let's go with Brian here. Click use voice. All right, let's go ahead and save this and let's take it out for a spin. So what I am gonna do, I'm gonna test it, and then once we get to the part of sending the email, I'm gonna come here and click this run once, because if I hit this now, let's see, oh, it's saying webhook not unique. That is actually very odd. So what that means is that this URL is not unique. I'm just going to go ahead and change one of these characters. Hit save. Save. Run once. Okay, there we go. So it's giving us 60 seconds to send a request to this before it stops listening for events. It's just in development mode. So let me hit stop. Let's go ahead and click test. Oh, actually, there's one thing that I forgot to do. Over here, I like the AI to initiate the conversation. So AI begins with your defined begin message. And we will call it, yeah, let's keep it that. Hello, how can I help you today? Or let's say, hi, Rahman. This is Jarvis, your agent. How can I help? There we go. Because we told it that you are Jarvis. It's actually Brian, not Jarvis, but we'll go with Jarvis. By the way, there's something that we forgot to do is change this webhook URL, because we went ahead and edited it here to 199 instead of 198. So I just went ahead and changed it here. All right, let's go ahead and test our agent out.
Hi, Raman. This is Jarvis, your agent. How can I help?
Hey Jarvis, can you help me send an email?
Of course. Who should receive this email?
It's going to be Josh. His email address is dragonfire341@gmail.com.
Got it. What would you like the subject of the email to be?
The subject will be follow-up from our previous meeting.
Thanks. What would you like the email to say?
Let's say, hey Josh, I wanted to follow up from our previous meeting. Have you had a chance to review the demo that I sent you? And would you be available next week to meet again sometime? Let me know.
Sending your follow-up email to Josh. It seems there's a technical issue preventing me from sending the email right now. Would you like me to try again or assist you with anything else?
Can you try one more time?
I'll try sending the email again for you. The email has been sent to Josh. Is there anything else you'd like help with?
That's it. Thank you so much. So as you guys saw, I kind of missed the first time. Like if I don't click this run once button, it's not going to receive the request. So when I asked it to send the email, it tried, but then it failed. So I had to come in here and click run once and ask it to send it again. So as you can see over here, the data has been received. So you'll see here under body, we have name, send email, and that is going to correspond to the function right here that the agent used. Then if we open the args, you'll see the content here, the recipients, and the subject. So what we have to go and do now is map this out. So let's open up the send email node. I just connected these two. Now let's go ahead and map the recipients. So we're going to map this whole array because we can have more than one over here because it says it should be in an array. Then we're going to change the subject here to the subject that we got from our agent. And then the email body, we're going to change it to the content right here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is actually click save and run. So this is going to execute this node for us. So let's see, it looks like it was successful. So let me go ahead and go to my sent here. And there we go. Interesting. I've never seen it do this before. I wonder if I did something wrong. Okay, I see the problem here. So it looks like it doesn't want an actual array, but it wants a comma separated list of emails. So what we're going to do is go back to Retell AI and we're going to edit our function and we're going to change our recipients to string. And then instead of array, we're going to tell it to do a comma separated list of email addresses to whom the email will be sent. So we're going to update it. All right, good. So now what I want to do, we have it mapped out here. Good. So let's go ahead and save this. Now I'm going to actually test out the production version. So we're going to go ahead and deploy this. Then we're going to go ahead and copy our production URL. Go back to Retell AI and swap it out here. So this is our production URL for Latenode. So you see it says this invalid JSON schema. That's why I need to hit this format JSON button to get rid of that. Then hit update. Then it works. So let's go ahead and test this out again. So let's go back to sent. Go ahead and delete this. All right. So let's do this.
Hi, Raman. This is Jarvis, your agent. How can I help?
Hey Jarvis, can you help me send an email to Josh? His email address is dragonfire341@gmail.com.
Sure. What would you like the subject of the email to be?
It is follow-up from the previous meeting.
Got it. What would you like the email to say?
Sure. So say, hi Josh, I wanted to follow up from our previous meeting. Have you had a chance to have a look at the demo that I sent you? And are you free sometime next week around Wednesday, Thursday to meet and discuss next steps?
Thanks for the message. Just to confirm, should I include both parts together in the email content?
Yeah, that's right.
Sending your follow-up email to Josh. Your email to Josh has been sent. Is there anything else you'd like help with?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day. If you need any more help with emails, just let me know.
All right, bye. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Josh. I wanted to follow up from a previous meeting? Have you had a chance to have a look at the demo I sent you? And are you free sometime next week around Wednesday, Thursday to meet and discuss next steps? By the way, if you guys want me to build stuff like this for you, I do have a link down below in the description. Just go fill out a quick form. I'll get back to you shortly and we can discuss next steps. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.